Welcome to part 6 in the Gilded Monocles tutorial on Steampunk polymer clay pendants. In this particular section of the tutorial, we're going to grind down some of the polymer clay just to make a nice even surface. I'm using the Dremel tool. Just go around the different edges and go ahead and make sure that you have a nice even distributed portion of the clay that you want. And don't worry about ruining some of the triple thick finish. We'll go back and coat it again on the final step. You're just going to kind of grind down. If maybe the photo was too large or it wasn't cut to size, you can just sort of go around the different edges of the polymer clay. And don't worry about nicking the photo a little bit. I'll show you a technique that we used in a previous tutorial to make that just pretty much vanish or seem like it was intended all along. So you just want to go ahead and sand each side. We're just using the rougher sandpaper portion. You of course can do this with regular sandpaper, but it's a lot more tedious and time consuming. If you have a file, you can do the same thing. It will need to be a heavier grade file. But again, the Dremel works best simply because it's really easy to do, and you can just sort of eyeball and look at the parts that don't seem even to you, get the shape that you want. That's the beauty of polymer clay, is you can really just work with it. It's very versatile. So we're using a Sculpey in this particular one. It's kind of a red brown sienna color, and we're just sort of grinding everything down just to make sure that it gets nice and even, just all those edges. And again, we will coat it once more with the triple thick to get that nice bright acrylic seal. Now the next thing you're going to do is to carefully remove the Dremel bit and go ahead and use one of the polishing bits. You don't want to have anybody wearing your pendant and it scratches them or tears up their clothes, so you just want to go ahead and go over it again to get that nice smooth surface. So just use one of the Dremel polishing bits here. Just make sure the bit's nice and tight, just like you would with any other drill. And once you do that, you go ahead and go over the entire surface. Make sure that you just buff it out, get any little marks or pits or other things that can crop up, and just make it nice and smooth. And again, don't worry about the edges of the photo. We'll fix those shortly. You just want to make sure you have a nice smooth surface. And you can see how the triple thick makes that really nice, bright, shiny coating on the top, which we will again do a final coat toward the end of the tutorial. The next thing you're going to want to do is to go ahead again and grab some different inks. This particular one I'm using is kind of a yellow gold color. Again, with a paper towel. These are alcohol inks. I'm just going to dab a little bit on a napkin or a paper towel, whatever you want, or cloth, doesn't matter. Just get a nice bit in there, and I'm trying to go for that sort of aged vintage look. So I'm just rubbing it along the edges of the photo that were sort of torn up a little bit. Just really soak that ink into the paper. Again, just go over the entire image. And you'll just want to go ahead and let that dry a while. And in order to sort of seal the ink, you're going to spray it with a clear coat of, I use Rust-Oleum crystal enamel, and just let that dry about 24 hours. And then you can go back over with the triple thick again. Thanks for watching.